honestly, when you look at these guys and the fact that nobody addresses it, nobody addresses the fact that they pay bitches to be on their platforms. You know, like, I honestly wholeheartedly think that I'm just an Indian guy, right? I'm just a guy, but I'll go back to 2017, I'll go back to that exact video I made. I'm just an ordinary guy from an ordinary village trying to do his own thing, because that's the truth. Everybody out here, they are boring, lonely, old cunts. And I'm not one of them, right? I am smart, I am intelligent, but I think what sets me aside from everybody else, what's unfortunate is, right, and I'm even man enough to say what's unfortunate about me is I've known all these years and I still did it. I mean, paying these people, paying Craig, Elvis, not giving them money directly, but I might as well have been. And that's another thing. What these people will never take into account is they should look at these guys and say, you should be strong. You should have the mindset to resist. And the truth is they don't. And how can you look at any of these guys unless they have been in that film, unless they have done a role where, you know, it's really changed the way they view things, right? I've been around so many people, but in every situation, I've paid somebody to have a conversation with me. That's kind of sad. I've paid somebody to, you know, sit next to me, to have a conversation with, and that's the reality of the situation. You don't, I think when I look at these guys, the way I look at these guys, I think a guy should go on another man's video and comment and show respect. I think the way I used to around Socks along the years, you know, I grew listening to this guy's music. It wasn't the best, right? But this guy was an actual musician, and this guy spoke from his heart to the charts. And this guy wasn't one of those industry people. He wasn't those type of people who he was a puppet that the media could control. Socks has always been the type of person, like, he just wants to go to the pub, he just wants to have a drink, he just wants to talk music, he just wants to talk about passion, he just wants to talk about it. I think for Socks, you know, being a fan of this guy and listening to him all these years, I grew up in the era of Socks. So I saw this guy in Breezer Big Piff. I'm not a fan of Breezer, but I you know, honestly, right, I watched it because somebody showed me the video, right? Somebody said they knew one of the guys from the video, and I saw Socks in that video. I think he was wearing a bucket hat, right? I still remember, because it's one of my favorite cuts of Socks. When I saw him smoking, it's kind of like now how the man them, right, the wannabe man them that pay other man to respect them, right? It's what's ironic about that. I'm gonna go on like a broken record, but I need to say this, right? It's like when guys see Andrew smoking a cigar with a robe on, I would honestly compare it to Socks, but only because for Socks, he's been doing it longer, he's been around longer. And when you sort of look at his work, the music he's produced, the stuff he's said, you know, the clashes, Cozzy, Shifty, you know, the back-to-backs, you know, Subsy. When you look at these, when you look at the content that this guy has produced, it shows that the level, that there is levels to this. And I think that Socks is one of those people who he's gone on and on and on, and to really show that, you know, he's an underground veteran and he's not shook, he's not scared, you know, if there's a clash that somebody wants to see. But for Socks, to see him against the guy, then he'll be a part of it.